What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Lou2Sick back in the lab, and yo, today we're talking UFC 314, and yo, it was an absolute banger. From the undercard all the way up, the fights were phenomenal, and the action was great the whole night. Miami is becoming a sort of mini headquarters for the UFC. The crowd and the vibe of the events are always great, and of course, we had an appearance from President Donald Trump. Yeah, y'all, it was one of the best fight cards of the year. We saw a former champ reclaim glory, and we also saw a bunch of new stars emerge. Let's start with Silva. My man was confident all week, and he showed why. Bro came in and dominated Bryce Mitchell like it was a game. It only took him 2 rounds, most of which he was yelling and barking at Bryce. To make matters worse, my dude would choke Mitchell to sleep to end the fight, and then bark in his face. Yeah, it was an absolute breakout performance for Silva, one that makes him a star. I mean, he has the talent and the personality, and after this performance, he's sure to shoot towards the top 10. The UFC badly needs entertaining stars right now, and Silva could be a money maker for them if he keeps winning. For Bryce Mitchell, a loss like that has to have you questioning what's next. It wasn't just a loss, it was a beating. In no way was he competitive. You'd have to think that this makes Bryce go back to the table and rethink a few things. Is he an elite grappler? Yeah, and the rest of his skills are improving, but not in the speed fast enough to compete with the top guys. He's gotten bad losses now to Emmett, Topuria, and now Silva. The question to me is, yo, when is enough going to be enough? Yeah, that gets us to our next fight. Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. And Yair, well, after Saturday, he says he wants a title shot. Yeah, the Mexican superstar thinks he deserves it. And after an impressive decision win on Saturday, it's hard to honestly argue against it. Yair didn't just win, he cooked Pitbull. Pitbull looked like he left the sauce back in Bellator. He fought flat-footed and slow, basically arguing about illegal blows more than actually throwing them. Meanwhile, Yair was controlling the show. This wasn't a fight, this was a reality check. Pitbull didn't just lose, he got exposed. At 37 years old, well, you can't have performances like that and expect to compete for gold. It was only his UFC debut, so it's safe to say that, hey, Pitbull has another fight left in him in the octagon. But, yo, a performance like that, well, that could have his career on the ropes. And speaking of on the ropes, well, Michael Chandler's career could definitely be on the ropes after Saturday night. Everybody thought Chandler was going to humble Paddy Pimblett. I was one of them. Instead, Paddy sent him into the shadow realm. It wasn't close by any means. It was a full course whooping. Striking, grappling, swag. Paddy showed it all on Saturday night. After that performance, honestly, the options are endless for Paddy the Baddy. I mean, he could fight Arman Tsarukyan, Dustin Poirier, Ilia Topuria.
I don't call him Unsanitizer Boy anymore, he's now El Chorizo. But as I say, I literally forgot all about him. That's how irrelevant he is. I'm ranked higher than he is at lightweight. So, you know, I'd love to welcome him to 155. But apparently he's sitting out and waiting for the title shot. But, you know, that what I've just done to Chandler's after blueprint to beating him. He's even more of a midget than Chandler is.
Hey, whatever happens, the most important thing is that fans will pay to see it. Paddy is showing that he's worthy of the star label that was put on him when he first came to the UFC. For Chandler, well, it's time to take a look in the mirror. He said he couldn't picture losing to Paddy. Well, now he's on his highlight reel. With 3 losses in a row, one has to think the hunger to keep fighting has to have diminished. So honestly, I don't know what's next for Chandler. Does he want to spend his next few fights fighting on the prelims? He may have to. If not, well, there's hanging up the gloves. And a few months ago, we thought Alexander Volkanovski was going to hang up the gloves. Now we're talking about another championship reign and whether or not he is the featherweight GOAT.
I don't like talking about it because I've got so much respect for Aldo, and I say he's the GOAT because that's the respect I have, and I'll let other people choose who they think.
Yeah, the old lion showed he still belongs on Saturday night, taking on a tough young competitor in Diego Lopes and pulling off a comfortable decision victory. At times it looked like Lopes could finish it, like in round 2, but Volk stuck to the game plan, kept his bearings, and zoned in. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't savage, it was surgical, and it reminded everyone why he's called Alexander the Great.
I felt like I could have done more out there, so I'm always my hardest critic. But everyone seems to be pretty happy, so I'll watch back and properly soak it up. But it's pretty cool, man. You know, to come back and yeah, it's pretty crazy, really. So it just hasn't properly set in yet.
This fight wasn't a domination by any means. I mean, it was competitive, sure, but Volkanovski was just a step ahead. He showed he's a different tier. Lopes is still nice, don't get it twisted, but on Saturday night, he got reminded there's a difference between contenders and champs. Lopes just isn't there yet, but his performance showed that he can be close one day. Yeah, now after this fight, the options are also endless. Right now, really, the featherweight division is the most interesting division in the UFC. Right now, Volk could face a number of guys. Yair Rodriguez said he was promised the next title shot, but you also got Movsar Evloev waiting in the wings. If Volk fights Evloev, you can have Yair face Diego Lopes. We all saw them beefing earlier this week.
Culón. Oh. Culón. Oh. Dímelo. Culón. Culón, ¿sabes por qué es culón? No le pegaron a Diego contra tu equipo. To my face. No le pegaron a Diego contra, no le pegaron a Mike contra tu equipo.
In closing, UFC 314 wasn't just a fight night. It was a turning point. We saw new stars rise, old legends remind us who they are, and contenders crumble under pressure. Yeah, y'all, Silva is officially here. Paddy the Baddy is for real, and Volk is once again the king. The UFC needed fresh faces, and now they've got them. The future? Well, it's wide open. The stakes are higher than ever. And if this is where the featherweight division is headed, well, we're in for a wild ride. Yeah, y'all, let me know what you guys think about the fights on Saturday night. Let's continue the conversation going in the comments. What do you guys think is next for Volkanovski? What do you think is next for Silva? Hey, what do you think is next for Diego Lopes? All the guys on the fight card. Let's continue the conversation in the comments. Click a like on this video. Let's get it popping in the algorithm. If you haven't, subscribe to the channel because we're covering everything involving violence, from professional wrestling, boxing, MMA, and so much more. Just make sure you're tuning in, hit that notification bell, and of course, keep those hands up.